Ukrainian Limited Liability Company, a simple guide. Hi everyone, today I want to explain how Ukrainian LLC works. I will keep it very simple, but if you want to get more details on Ukrainian LLC, you will find in the description to this video a more detailed guide on this topic. So, what is the Ukrainian LLC? Ukrainian LLC is the most common type of company here. Almost every business use this type of company. Yeah, sure, we have also here in Ukraine such companies like joint stock companies, joint ventures, private entrepreneurs, but even in the big holdings, in the big holding structure, you will find along with the joint stock companies, a company with the LLC structure for sure. It is flexible, fast to register, and very safe for the owners. Also, Ukrainian LLC has this common and general principle that the owners of the LLC doesn't bear responsibility for the activity of the LLC, and in its turn, the LLC doesn't bear responsibility for the owners. Number two, how to register an LLC. The registration process is pretty fast and simple. You don't need to be present in Ukraine. All documents you can sign via your representative. Usually it is a lawyer that acts via notarized and apostillate power of attorney. You submit your application to the state register, or the same can do Ukrainian notary. If application with the additional documents are complete, the company will be opened within the next business day. For the opening of bank account, receiving the seal of the company, opening the tax payment cabinet, virtual tax payment cabinet, you will need approximately 5 business days. About the full list of documents I will talk later in this video, but the main document is the charter of the company. The charter defines the name of the company, its address, the type of business. It defines the members of the company, the owners of the company, how the shares will be, how the funds of the company, how the income, how the profit of the company will be shared. And the most important, it defines the governing bodies of the company, the daily based government bodies like director or the board of directors, and it defines the authorized capital. So number 3 question, authorized capital of the company. In Ukraine, it is not defined the minimal authorized capital. You can set any amount of authorized capital. Authorized capital can be paid either by money or by assets, or even by the property rights. If it is paid by assets, then you need a separate document with the assets evaluation. If it is paid by money, then money goes just directly to the bank account of the company. Number 4, who can be a shareholder? Shareholders can be individuals or legal entities. They can be residents or non-residents of Ukraine. Foreign companies must provide an extract from its company's register showing the whole structure of its owners and the final beneficiaries. A Ukrainian LLC can have only 1 shareholders or up to 100. The sole shareholder of the company can be also the director of this company. But there is an important rule. The company cannot have as its sole shareholder the company and other legal entities that in its turn have also a sole shareholder. Number 5, responsibility of the shareholders. As already said before at the start of this video, the shareholders are not personally liable for the debts of the company. In its turn, the company doesn't take responsibility for the debts of the shareholder. The owners of the company risk only with the amount they contributed to the share capital of the company. But there is exception. If the shareholder has its personal debts, the collectors can take the value of his shares in the capital of the company. In other words, they can recover debts by seizing and selling the shares of the debtors or transforming the ownership over the shares from the debtors' property to the property of the collectors. Number 6. Governing bodies of the LLC. The main body is the meeting of the shareholders of the company. If there is a sole owner of the company, then it is the decision of the sole shareholder. The meeting decides over the key questions and appoints the director. The director manages the daily operations of the company. The director signs contracts and represents the company overall. The charter of the company must clearly define the powers of the director to avoid abuse. The meeting can also appoint the audit commission or supervision board that will both or separately monitors the daily actions of the director. Number 7. How the company can receive fundings. There are several ways. But first of all, under the fundings, I understand not the company's income, not the company's profit. I understand here additional resources where the company can find additional findings in order to improve its activity or even to help the company from some difficult situation. So first of all, it's authorized capital. This is the capital that the shareholders, the owners of the company, pay to the account of the company when the company is created or during its activity in order to capitalize the company. In Ukraine, it is not defined the minimum of this authorized capital, and the authorized capital can be paid either by money or assets or property rights or even intellectual property rights. If it is paid by money, then money goes directly to the bank account of the company. If it is paid by the assets, then it needs a separate evaluation, separate documents. Non-repayable financial assistance. This is the money that the company receives and doesn't need to return. This is like a financial gift to the company. In Ukraine, it is a legal way to support the company, and it can be done by the owner of the company, by another company, or by some partner of this company. The money goes directly to the bank account of the company and becomes part of its resources. There is no obligation to return these funds, and no interest can be charged. However, it is very, very important that this assistance should be very properly recorded in the company's accounting and by the tax report. More detailed information about non-repayable financial assistance requires a separate video that I will record later. Loans from shareholders. This is the money that the owner lends to its own company. It's not a gift. The money shall be returned. The loans can be short-term, can be long-term, can have an interest or be interest-free. It depends on the agreement. In Ukraine, it's a pretty much common way to finance the company. But there is also a special recording in the accounting of the company and requires a special tax reporting. About it, I will take another video later. but it's fast, flexible, and doesn't change the structure of the ownership of the company. Finally, number 8, the list of the documents that needed for registration. First of all, you submit power of attorney if you act via representatives. Then Ukrainian tax number for each individual shareholder, passport and the proof of residence. Then goes charter and minutes of establishment. If there is only one shareholder, then decision of establishment of the company. Then goes application for registration and the company's ownership structure. And final beneficiaries. If the shareholder is the foreign company, then you additionally submit the extract from the shareholders' country's register. All documents from abroad need apostille or consular legalization. So, conclusion. Ukrainian LLC is simple to register. After your application is accepted, along with the list of documents I mentioned before, and this list is pretty short, the company will be opened within the next 1 day. So LLC is flexible, it is open to the foreign owners, and it is probably the best and the simplest form of doing business in Ukraine. The last, as I mentioned before at the beginning of this video, if you want more details on Ukrainian LLC, please take a look into the description to this video where I have placed more informative guide on Ukrainian limited liability company. So thank you for watching. Till soon. Bye bye. Ciao ciao.